appears to be a large plane. It could be a 727 right there, maybe even bigger, flying right into the side of the World Trade Center.
The morning of September 11th, 2001 was the morning that made history. It wasn't long before the United States of America held Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda responsible for the worst terrorist attack in history on American soil.
Good afternoon. On my orders, the United States military has begun strikes against Al-Qaeda terrorist training camps and military installations of the Taliban regime in Afghanistan. These carefully targeted actions are designed to disrupt the use of Afghanistan as a terrorist base of operations and to attack the military capability of the Taliban regime.
As a young Royal Marine Commando, I soon found myself boarding a Chinook helicopter in the early hours of the morning and flying deep into the mountains of Afghanistan on a mission to hunt and destroy Al-Qaeda. One of our main tasks was to find their training facilities and destroy them in retaliation for the Twin Towers attacks. Over the following months, we hunted for Al-Qaeda, searching the villages and cave complexes they once used to plan and coordinate their attacks against the West. By the time we had got there, the majority of Al-Qaeda had just simply faded away into the distance. After the first mission to clear Al-Qaeda from Afghanistan in 2002, it wasn't until 2006 that the British returned to Helmand province to take on the Taliban this time. Scenes like these were a common occurrence during the 8 years of fighting in Helmand province.
Firing!
By October 2014, it had been 13 years since the first coalition boot stepped foot in Afghanistan. It was deemed the Afghan army was now ready to take over combat operations and provide security to the country. But anyone who had worked with the Afghan forces knew they were not ready for the task ahead. While ISIS fight for control of territories in Iraq and in Syria, it also announces operations in 9 other countries worldwide. With the poor security situation, ISIS has been able to gain ground now in Afghanistan. So why are ISIS now in Afghanistan, and what about the Taliban? It all comes down to the Caliphate. The Khalifa is the successor of the Prophet Muhammad, and the Khalifa for this Caliphate is Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, a former insurgent from Iraq. He was arrested back in 2005 by the Americans, but was later released from prison by the newly formed Iraqi army. So in simple terms, what is a caliphate? Well, it's the unity of a political, religious Muslim state where all Muslims come under one domination. Muslim extremists believe the caliphate state should be controlled by strict Sharia law. So what's the difference between ISIS and the Taliban? There's no disputing they're both hardcore Muslim extremist groups. And many Taliban are defecting the ranks to join ISIS. And this is because they want Afghanistan to now become part of the Caliphate. At the moment, the Taliban are only concentrating on Afghanistan and Pakistan, where ISIS want world domination. With the poor security situation in Afghanistan and the Taliban now retaking strategic locations in the country from the government, ISIS, the same as it's doing in Iraq and in Syria, are going to exploit the security vacuum to gain support and ground. With the coalition sending troops into Afghanistan in the first place to defeat Al-Qaeda, have we now come full circle with the Taliban as powerful as ever? But rather than Al-Qaeda under Osama bin Laden planning attacks against the West, we now have ISIS under al-Baghdadi. The Taliban has warned ISIS not to start operations in Afghanistan. But with now the Taliban and ISIS declaring war on one another, what are the consequences that the fact ISIS are now operating in Afghanistan be to the West? Hi, this is Emile Ghessen. Thank you all for watching. Please help by clicking like and subscribe. You can also donate via the link below. I'll keep you posted. Thanks.